Okay, we're rolling.
All right, this is an interview at the Buffalo and Erie County Historical Society, Buffalo, New York. It is the 23rd of August, 2006, approximately 10 a.m. Interviewers are Mike Russert and Wayne Clark. What is your full name, date of birth, and place of birth, please?
Full name is Howard Herod Sr. I was born in Buffalo, New York, and date of my birth is 12/5/66.
Okay. What was your educational background prior to entering service?
High school. Still going to high school, yes.
What high school did you go to?
Grover, Cleveland.
Oh, okay. All right. What branch of service did you serve in?
U.S. Army.
Now, you enlisted?
Yes.
Why did you decide to enlist?
Right out of high school. Mother had signed the paperwork for me to go in.
Okay. Why did you decide? Did you...
It's something I want to do. Nobody in my family was in the military. It's something I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's 22 and a half years now. I'll be 22 next year.
Okay. Why'd you pick the Army?
It was more skillful, more challenging. You know, couldn't see wearing belt bottoms in the Navy, so I didn't want to do the Navy.
Okay. When did you enter the service?
July 2nd, 1984.
All right. And where? In Buffalo?
Yes.
Where do you go for your basic?
Fort Linwood, Missouri.
How did you like basic?
Loved it. Loved it. Loved being a convict engineer. Loved dealing with explosives. That's my job, demolition expert.
Okay, so how long was your basic training at Leonard Wood?
Oh, it had to be like 14 weeks.
Okay, and you obviously must have gone for additional training somewhere else then. Your demolition training?
No, I was at Fort
Always there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an engineering school. It's a combat engineering school.
Okay.
So your AIT was...
Yeah, included, yeah. At Fort
Okay.
Linwood, yeah.
What numerical designation was that?
It's just an upgrade on your, make sure you know what you're doing with your explosives and stuff. That's all it was, just making sure you did what you had to do.
Okay.
Throw grenades and this and that. Mostly combat training.
Well, was there an MOS number for that?
It used to be, they switched the number around. Don't get it confused now. It's 12 B10. Now they switched the numbers around, 21 B10. That's what combat engineering is.
Okay. I guess why did you like working with the explosives so much?
I didn't want to be a clerk and I didn't want to be a medic. That was a 3 I passed. And demolition was the highest on the pay chart, so I took demolition. And I didn't want to be a clerk. I wanted to be out there with the troops. So I like that kind of better.
What kind of explosives did you work with?
TNT, learned to do claymore mines. I said booby traps. It's all kinds of explosives. Some of the stuff we don't even use anymore, like claymore mines, we don't even use anymore.
What about Bangalore torpedoes?
Bangalore, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bangalore torpedoes, yeah. We use Bangalore, yeah. Bangalore torpedoes. So many explosives now, but we still use Bangalore, I guess. It's once in a blue moon.
After you left Leonard Wood, what were you assigned to a unit?
Yeah, I can infantry number, yes. That was, matter of fact, I was with 1st Army Division. And I left there and went to the 130th unit out of Germany, 130th Engineers.
Okay, when did you go to Germany?
1992.
Whereabouts in Germany were you
Frankfurt.
stationed? Frankfurt.
Yeah. And I left them, I went to 10th Mountain Division, which is in Fort Drum. That's where I went now, Mountain Division.
So you're still with them?
Right.
Okay. What are you out of the Connecticut Street Armory?
Yeah. I didn't go to Iraq with Mountain Division. I ended up being with the Brick Red One. I went to Iraq in 2004.
How long were you there for?
18 months.
You want to talk about your time there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It was a spirit. I mean, I wasn't one of the persons that stayed inside the wire. I was the person that goes out the wire for bad guys.
Mhm.
We fell in the big red one. General Batista was now retired from big red one. He was my big boss at the time. It was experiment. I mean, I wasn't shocked when I got the email that they got activated. I knew ever since the Gulf War, times was changing. So I know I told the guys, to spare down, 30 of us, only 30 of us went. And I said, we had to do whatever I do. I said, we got to get everybody back home. That's our main objective.
Mhm.
And we did that. Almost lost, we probably should have lost easily 15 guys, including myself. But we just, by the grace of God, we got lucky. We got really lucky. A couple roadside bombs went off, and I seen the worst of the worst. RPGs, you name it. I mean, you never underestimate the enemy. You don't know your enemy actors, really. I mean, it was an experience. I mean, I don't know how many roadside bombs went by that didn't go off, or we found. It was a big experience. I mean,
Now, what kind of weapons did you carry?
I had, matter of fact, I was issued a brand new M4 right out the box, a 10th Mountain Brigade before I went to Iraq. Some of us got new weapons, which was nice. They were very nice. M4, that's what I had.
Did you find you had to clean it a lot with the sand and?
Oh yeah, I kept my, some lieutenant pulled me aside one day and I never forget to tell him, says, your weapon cleaner than mine, Cyrus. I was like, the weapon's only good as you clean it, because you never know when you're going to get in a gun battle. No, yeah, I always kept my weapon clean. Clean at least 2 days a week. As much as we was rolling out the wire, and you count the sandstorms, that's another thing that was just really messed up. I remember sitting on an IED in a sandstorm. We couldn't see nothing in front of you. Sat there for 2 hours waiting for EOD to come and disarm a bomb. That's another thing, it had its good points, its bad points. We had to re-modify the whole file after we took over from the fourth ID. That's where we would leave. It was different.
In what ways?
You hear so many stories and you always wonder, you watch on TV, but when you get there, it's like, man, this is really happening. It's just totally different. When you're there, you can see a sense of urgency. I know the Shiites and the Sunnis didn't get along. It'd be nice that, you go out the wire, you're like, God. You just hear a lot of explosions, but you don't know where they're coming from. You go, our job was patrol Emmons-Argent. That was our job. And, we patrol back and forth. We even had a suicide bomber one time. Tried breaking the convoy and they shot him up. Thank God, by the grace of God, they killed him. He was on his way to Baghdad, because we were like 40 miles from Baghdad.
Now, you were a Sergeant E5? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How long did you ever become acclimated to the climate?
Oh, I didn't bother the heat. It got to 160.
How hot?
160.
Really? Wow.
160. Trump says 95 passes, this is nothing. This doesn't bother me. Got to 160.
You must have had to drink water constantly.
Yeah, well, they give us the real big bottles of water, and then, we had Gatorade packs we put in there. We rolled up the wire with that.
Did you use those camelbacks?
Some guys had, but you know what, that's just more weight to carry, because she had the big bulletproof vest that was weighing you down.
Uh-huh.
So we said we get us carry a bottle of water and then a Gatorade packet and put it in there.
Did you wear the vest all the time?
Oh yes, that was Big Red 1 standard. Big Red 1 was very strict. Some units, like you go to LSA Anaconda, they had their little hats on, no vest, not carrying their weapons. But everybody knew you were from the Big Red 1 because you had your helmet on, you had your vest on. And that was Big Red 1 standard, you had to wear all that. That's one thing Batista did not, they didn't play with that. They didn't let you, they didn't want you getting caught with your pants down, I was like, oh, let's say, but no, that's what they did. That was, everybody knew where you were from. They can see you coming, they know where you're from, because you always got all your stuff on. So, no, it was no big deal to me. I mean, you gotta do what's gonna do to get you home at that point. And that's, to my guys, don't slack out. If you got 2 weeks left, let's keep it going. We had some guy up there, Special Forces guy, matter of fact. Day before he went home, they got mortared at the PX up there, and he got killed. Supposed to be going home the next day, and he didn't have none of his stuff on. That's why I said, told the guy, says, see what happens? You never know. So, you just can't let your hair down. You gotta stay focused. You gotta stay focused.
What were your patrols and operations? What was the mission most of the time?
Mostly just make sure MSR Tampa was quiet. You know, because you got convoys coming up and down the road. You know, you go on different missions. You might go, maybe go pick up some dinner. For instance, go get some chow for the guys. You have to go up the road and then come back. You know, most mainly it took too many convoys. Our job was mainly just to take care of MSR Tampa. We did a couple of raids. We raided a couple of houses. That was scary. That was scary. I will admit that is real scary. Because you never know where they're coming from. The buildings are huge. You know, you never know where they're coming from. So that was a little shaky.
What about the civilian population? How did they react or respond to you?
Some of them are nice. If you don't, like I said, someone smile in your face at nighttime, they do dirt. You know, but you caught on, why are you in your garden at nighttime? And I know you've been planting roadside bombs. We caught a couple people planting roadside bombs. We caught them right in the act. They're out there in the garden planting the roadside bomb at nighttime. But it's cool to, no, that's not what we're telling you. Why are you out here? And we caught them with the goods, you know, we took them away. But some of them, I tell you, you just couldn't, some of them were very nice people, and some you just couldn't trust. But most of the part, you know, the Shiites and Sunnis don't get along. We still see that. That's going to be a far in between battle. They don't get along with each other.
Do you think the overall population wanted you guys over there, or did you get that impression? Or
I got that for a lot of them wanted us there. I had a couple people even tell us that we're going to hate when you guys leave. You know, but you know, it's different. Most of them, it might be, I want to say maybe 50-50 at the most. I want to say it's 50-50.
Did you get any injuries or wounds or
Yes, I just had
illnesses while you were
surgery.
there?
I'll never forget it. 2004, April, we got ran off the road by the bad guys. And they thought my leg was broken.
What do you mean you got run off the road?
Well, we had night vision. My driver had night vision goggles on. And a couple one car, they ran on our side of the road, ran us off the road. Our Humvee flipped over. And they pulled me out the turret, because I was laying on the side. And my knee went slamming into the door. And they thought my leg was broke. I ended up staying in the hospital for a couple of days. And then I was on crutches for 3. Then after 2 weeks, I went back out to wire again.
Now, did you receive a Purple Heart?
No.
No.
Purple Heart for that. I think you had to get shrapnel. From my understanding was shrapnel.
Now, did you have to do any modifications to your vehicles? Armored them? What did you do to your vehicles?
We up-armored them. We had to take them to some place in Kuwait. We up-armored them. We'll be there early in the morning. I forget that. We had to up-armor them. Put more heavy stuff on the doors and everything. But we had that stuff was there. That was OIF too. So that was the second wave to go in. It was much more modified by then. So.
How about your vests and so on? Do you think they were sufficient?
I thought I pretty much did. I had an extra large one, so the bigger you are, maybe it's better, more bullets and stuff. But yeah, I think they worked. I think they were a pretty good vest. A pretty good vest.
What was it like within your unit? Was there a lot of closeness to the men in the unit?
Well, at times the morale was down, you know. But at times morale was good, you know. But we stuck together as a family. I mean, you know, some guys never did each other about the wire, for whatever reason was. I mean, we did over 100 missions. 15 of us did over 100 missions. It was constantly down all the time. It was my first mission, matter of fact, my first mission was with the big red one. I went out to wire. Me and another sergeant went out to wire just to get a feel of it. It was like at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, it was a little scary, a little shaky at first, but it worked out. It worked.
Did you wear the night vision?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. The night vision goggles on. Yep.
What were your officers like, for the most part?
My officer, he was good. My lieutenant, he was good, but he never went out to wire. He mostly was in a top. So he kept track of where we were going. Tank commander, he went out to wire. Colonel went out to wire every now and then. They were pretty good. They were pretty much great bunch of guys.
Did you have to rely on your compasses to do land nav over there, or did you pretty much know where you were headed?
We had what they call a Blue Force tracker. It's like a computer, Humvee, and it tells you every place where you're at. So really, we didn't really use compasses too much.
Okay.
It was a computer we had, so that worked out. You could tell every place you're going, you know. So that worked out.
Most of the missions you went out in a vehicle, or?
Yeah, we rolled with at least 4 or more. We at least had at least 4 guys in the vehicle. Sometimes 5, but usually we got the gunner, the TC, the driver, and 1 guy in the back seat. So yeah, so we usually rolled out the wire. I mean, we changed our days up. I mean, we might go days 1 week and then nights 1 week, you know. We flip-flop, we kept them off balance so everybody know what we're doing. But they can tell if you're a new bunch. Bad guys can tell when you're a new bunch. But if you know your stuff, for some reason they didn't mess with us. They knew, if they knew you were real smart, they didn't mess with you. But they knew if you're a bunch of mess-ups and they know you don't know how to drive and keep your interval 50 meters apart, you know. But they know that you ain't know what you were doing. Those are the ones were probably, they can pick you out. For some reason, they knew who to mess with and who not to mess with, or, you know. But they had it in right, though.
Now, if you went out in the vehicles, you kept a space between them?
50 meters to 100 meters in a room. In case the roadside bomb go off, you don't want the whole fleet out. So, I don't think that ever happened, so thank goodness. Yeah.
Was that the thing you feared the most, were the roadside bombs? Or?
Yeah, well, at first they were putting on the side, and then they started putting them in the middle of the medium. They got a little smarter as time went on. So, I mean, they even started using mines. So they got a little smarter towards the end before I left from home. They got a little more smart.
What about snipers? Was that?
They had snipers there, yeah. We had our own snipers. They had snipers there. I remember we invaded Fallujah and Samara. We were stretched thin then. They had snipers. They had snipers there. Matter of fact, we had one guy just a 2-week train up at Fort Hood, Texas. He came there and he was here 1 week and he got killed. Sniper shot him in the armpit. He bled to death. So, I mean, we lost 3 guys out of 700. They told us we would lose 30 before we left Fort Drum. So, we lost 3 guys too many, but 3's not bad another hit as I thought it would be. But, yeah, they had snipers.
Okay, are there any other incidents that you want to talk about or mention?
What about time off?
Time off. I wasn't a phone person. I might have been stubborn. I didn't call my mother maybe once a week. Some guys get the phone every single day. I don't know why they did that. They started something. Big girlfriend and wives. I told my girlfriend I call when I get a chance to call. I'm not going to promise to call them every day. Sometimes, the thing was with the big red one, when somebody gets killed, they shut the computers down and shut the phones down. A lot of guys didn't like it, but it's respected of soldiers. So they can be down 2 days, maybe, whatever. But downtime was a good time. I mean, I slept. Every now and then I might have wrote. Downtime was, you know, downtime was a good time.
Was there anything like an R&R for you guys?
Yeah, matter of fact, I got 2. A little after I got hurt. I ended up going to a place called Lake Dokon. I was the first wave to ever go there. And I think it was outside the creek. It was a whole nice hotel resort with a swimming pool and everything. It was a 4-day, they turned out to be a 6-day pass. It should never broke down. It was a 4-day pass that they gave me. It was a nice time. Yeah, I got both. Some guys got both. 4-day pass and you got your R&R. My R&R was in July. I got a chance to come home. You had to come through Atlanta when we came home in time. Before it was Washington before. But they changed it. It was Atlanta when I came home to my R&R. It was a good time.
How was it going back?
When it was time, my 15 days were up, I was going back. You know you had 15 days. You know you had to go back. So you was like, okay, then get my head in the ball game and go back and do my time so I can get home. You know, so it was okay. I mean, I talked to a couple of Marines. He said, I wish you can do 18 months to do 6 months in country, 6 months out. We'll be back here again in another 6 months. So you Army guys play pretty smart. You guys do a year and then it might be another year before you come. There was a unit, I think it was the 82nd Airborne. 4th of July, they were in the air, they made them turn around, turn the plane back around and come back. Because I guess the intrudency went up more July 4th, 2004, so they made them come back. But I not feel bad for those guys, you know, they were in the air and they said, oh, they turn the plane back around and come back. Just happened to my friend, he was with the Alaskan crew.
I just saw that.
Yeah, he was in the air and they told him to come back. Like, yeah, I said, you know,
Another 4 to 6 months.
yeah. No, towards
That can't be good for morale to have something.
No,
like that.
it's not, but you know, even though they give these guys an extra $1,000 if you did a year, they give them an extra $1,000 now, but it's not all about the money actually, you know. A lot of civilians over there working, you know, I was offered the job to come back and work for KBR, I turned it down, I didn't, you know, I think doing that one thing was enough, you know. I wasn't ready, some people took the jobs, they went back over there, work as civilians.
How dangerous was it for civilian employees? Any more dangerous than for the military?
Well, if you was on a military base, like up in Alexander County, they hold like military and civilians, like 20,000 people to that base. The only thing is they get more than a lot up there. Depends where you were. Yeah, it's dangerous. Depends where you were. You know, it varies. But you see, a couple of us got their ears chopped off. It's just where location where you are. You gotta be careful and watch around you. Don't wander off, you know. So, I mean, it's dangerous for some of them, yes.
How do you think being over there has affected your life?
Well, it took me 19 and a half years to go to war. So, you know, I told my sons, it took me 19 and a half years. You know, I tell you I'm blessed. You know, I look at one way here, I should have been here right now. I look at another way, I could have been, probably could have lost a limb. But I came back with all my limbs. People say, well, what do you think? I said, well, you're coming back, you just don't know how. There's only 3 ways you're coming back. You can come back in a box, you can come back missing a limb, or you can come back with everything you like. You know, and that's my theory of thought of that. I mean, I couldn't go.
Now you're still in the Guard.
Yes.
You said.
Yes. I'm disabled now, unfortunately. I just finally had surgery. I started therapy yesterday. Had arthroscopic surgery June 23rd this year. When I came home, we did therapy for a whole year. It didn't work.
Is this service related? Is
Yeah,
this from the
that's
accident?
Iraq, yeah. And couldn't find out when I had surgery. I had a lot of cartilage, black in my left side of my right knee. I had no blood flow on my left side of my right knee. I only had blood going to the right. So I'm lucky I didn't lose my leg. Doctor told me it took an hour and 40 minutes. You know, it says usually this is a 40-minute procedure. It took an hour and 40 minutes because you had no blood on the left side of your right knee. You had a lot of cartilage. By the time of the accident, 2004, that cartilage just built right up. For that 8 months or something. Over 8 months, the cartilage just built right up. So.
All right, well, thank you very much for your interview.
Okay.